Namaste my fellow strikers, Holy Materia here, back with another Shinobi Striker video. Today we're going to be breaking down the Edo Minato DLC, but before we get into it, be sure to Shinobi Strike that like button and subscribe for more content. Alright, let's get it. Okay, so just like the trend with Season 5, outside of like maybe the Baryon Mode Naruto DLC, this is another well-balanced and fun DLC. Like, it's not broken, but it's definitely not bad or anything like that. So yeah, it's a good, well-rounded DLC for the defense type. So let's start with talking about the jutsu, then we'll get into the rewards and everything like that. So Edo Minato's first jutsu is Celestial Air Slice Type 0. So this one has a 2 in power, a 4 in range, and an 18-second cooldown. It says, a surprise attack that utilizes the flying Raijin jutsu. The user throws a kunai at a target. If it hits, they will teleport close to the target and unleash a combo attack. So this move is really cool. It doesn't do that much damage, but it's a defense type move, so that's not really the point. It's got great CC, that crowd control, it's good at controlling an area, and it's good at stalling opponents because you can't really sub out of this unless you get knocked out of it. You can't sub out until the last hit. But that last hit is the one that does the most damage. But if you need to like stall your opponent like on an objective based game mode like barrier, or if you're like somebody's running a flag on your team and you need to stall an opponent, like this is the perfect jutsu to use because they can't get out of the long animation of the attack. And it says it throws out a kunai, but he throws out a spread of kunai, sort of similar to Icicle Swallow, but there's a lot more, so it's easier to hit with. And the range is like about medium range. It's definitely not bad, so it's like a decent range of jutsu. And on any kind of objective-based game mode, like defending a flag or trying to capture a base, people are going to be standing still, so this move is really easy to hit people with. And also, you can combo out of it a lot of times with certain weapons. So yeah, all in all, this is like a really solid move if you use it the right way. Like, it's not something that you would use to do a bunch of damage, but it's got a lot of utility. Both of his moves have a lot of utility. Okay, so now let's look at the second ninjutsu, the Flying Raijin Guiding Thunder. So this one has a 0 in power and a 1 in range. So it has a 20-second cooldown. It says, uses teleportation technique to create a barrier, rendering enemy flying tool attacks periodically ineffective. Allies who step inside the barrier gain a boost to defense and close range attack power. So this is the move that I was most excited about, and finally the move I was hyped about did not let me down. This thing is crucial, it's so good. The barrier is so big, it can fit around the boss when you're like in a barrier battle. It takes up the whole area that people are using to fight around the base or a flag. So it says flying, it renders flying ninja tools periodically ineffective, but from what I've seen, it stops any kind of ninja tool and any kind of ranged ninjutsu all the time. It's not like periodic. I don't know why it says that, and I don't know why it just specifically says tools, because it'll stop like Majestic Destroyer Flame or something if somebody uses it. And one of the best things about this is that on base, the Earth Bullet summon has become so meta on base lately, which I'm kind of salty about because I used to use that back in the day when nobody used it. But like, that's like the new meta on base, but this completely nullifies that. So people are not getting hit by those Earth Bullets if you have this up around the base. So if you ever run into somebody who's running that, just use this whenever they pop that, so that it'll just nullify it, because there's really no way to get rid of that. Like, other summons have health bars, but that one doesn't. So that move was just it's been kind of broken lately. But this is like a great counter to that move, and it's just a great counter to a whole bunch of stuff. Like even moves that seem like taijutsu or some kind of other like close range thing. For example, Flying Raijin level 2, since he throws the kunai, that kunai will get nullified, and even like Celestial Air Slice, those kunai will get nullified in there, so you can't use those kind of moves either. I'm not sure about whether it blocks alt or not. I swear I've seen it block kidding like multiple times, but other people have said that it doesn't block alt, but I don't know, man. I got some footage here of people seeming like they're really surviving kidding attacks by being inside this barrier, so I'll have to test it out more. But yeah, this thing is legit. It's probably his best move overall in the from this DLC. It's really, really good, and especially if you use it right, because you can use this with your teammates to boost their attack power and also get their defense up, so you can use it to like survive stuff that even if you get hit by it, you could survive because of the defense boost. So yeah, it's a really crucial move, and it's really good. It has a little bit of a long startup time, so you can get knocked out of the animation, but I don't think it will reset it. You just will have to try to cast it again. But yeah, that's like probably the only weakness of it, because it's such a huge area that it covers. Okay, so now let's talk about his secret technique. So his ult is called Flying Raijin Jiku Shippu Senko Rennondan Zeroshiki. So that'll be like the last time I say that move. But yeah, so we'll just call it his ult, Edo Minato's ult from now on. So this one has a 5 in power and a 1 in duration. It says combined Shadow Clone Jutsu and Flying Raijin Jutsu. The user throws a kunai at a target, and if it hits, they will swift step toward the target and launch a combo attack plus Rasengan. So this move does a lot of damage, but it has a really long startup time, like almost as bad as Indra's Arrow. I don't know why they keep giving defense alts these crazy startups. The animation looks dope, but it just has like a really long startup time. So it's best to like set this up with something or with somebody else on your team to make sure you land it, or just make sure that there's nothing between you and your target, or that your target can't get like behind a wall or around the corner anytime soon, because if they see it coming, it's very easy to hide behind something, so that because the kunai will bounce off of whatever it hits. So it's pretty inconsistent unless you set it up, but because of that long startup time. But if you hit somebody, it does a lot of damage, and you can get multiple targets, or you can hit multiple people even though you can only target one person. So yeah, it's a pretty good ult. It takes a while to get though, so I'm not sure if it's like one of the best defense ults, but I know defense types have been one of the more ults that do a lot of damage, and this one does do a lot of damage. It's not a one shot against defense types, but it'll one shot most people in most instances. And now let's look at the ninja tool that he comes with, because this thing is so dope. Flying Raijin Kunai Instant. So this one says a kunai imbued with the Flying Raijin Jutsu technique formula. Users will perform a swift step forward to the kunai's location either upon impact with an enemy or after a set duration. So yeah, this thing actually does make you teleport. So you throw the kunai, and then after a certain amount of time, you'll teleport to wherever the kunai goes. It doesn't have like a huge distance, but it's still pretty good, and you can throw it up. If you're like walking on a wall, you can throw it up and it'll teleport you up higher on the wall. One thing though to note is that when you're targeting somebody, the kunai will not go towards who you're targeting, and it always goes in a vertical or horizontal line. It won't go at like an angle. If you're targeting somebody, it won't go up towards them, and it just goes wherever you're facing. So yeah, you can't, it's kind of hard to use to really start up combos, but you can do it though, because if you face your opponent the right way, then yeah, you'll be able to get it off, and it's really cool. It makes a whole bunch of jutsu that weren't that easy to hit. It makes them easier to land. Like you can turn other kind of jutsu into like almost like a Rasengan or a Chidori type of move by using these. And this is a kunai that's for all classes, or a ninja tool that's for all classes. So yeah, this is another hype thing that's part of this DLC. Yeah, man. So yeah, overall, like the stuff that you get that as far as like the affecting gameplay is really good. And then you also get the Minato outfit getting version, and you also get the hairstyle Kushina mission ready. So yeah, and those both look pretty good. I know a lot of people are excited about that Kushina hair, which really surprised me. But hey, if you're hyped, then that's what's up. It does look pretty dope, to be honest. But yeah, man, so Minato is a great start to Season 6. We did find out that Jubito, the Obito Ten-Tails, Jinchuriki, and Kaguya will be the other 2 DLC for Season 6. We don't know what class they are yet, but yeah, but this season is looking dope. But yeah, overall, I'd say Edo Minato is a great DLC, well balanced, like Season 5, most of the Season 5 DLC have been. So I think that they finally figured out how to balance these DLC. I know a lot of people might say like, oh, it's mid just because it's not broken, but I don't think that we're really going to get any more broken DLC, because the devs seem to realize like how to balance these DLC. So that's what's up. Really good, really fun DLC, and even the cast character is fun to use too, because his triangle is just a straight Rasengan. So that's something that's dope too. And I always love just like teleporting around, doing dashes and stuff with Minato. So yeah, man, let me know what you guys are thinking of the Edo Minato DLC so far. Be sure to comment down below, like the video, and subscribe for more content. I've got a lot coming up for this 2.44 update and just the Season 6 in general. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Everybody stay safe out there. Peace and love.